What's up, guys? This is Unholy Asylum bringing you another Call of Duty Ghost sniping and quick scoping commentary. This one is kind of like the one I uploaded yesterday, but this one I get. Well, I start off on a pretty a pretty rocky start. But I mean, I'd say probably a fourth of the way into it, it gets better. And this is. I should have uploaded this one first instead of the one yesterday, because this one was more of my. This was my first game on, and your first game is usually your warm up, and if you're quick scoping, your first game you're trying to get your shot going, and you're trying to get to where you're. I have no idea how that no scope hit either, but sorry about all the things popping up in the top right hand corner saying my controller was almost dead. That's one thing I like about the PlayStation 3 controllers. I can sit here and play with that thing saying it's almost dead for 3 days before it'll cut off. I've always done that, and I've went through two control. Well, this is my second controller, so I've only went through one controller. And see, that guy is fucking terrible. There's no way I should have lived through that. But I've been looking at some little news stories and crap on my phone. Don't worry, I'm not gonna go all politics and everything else on you. But I seen this story. It was about some woman or some bakery place put out what are they called? Turkey donuts. Now, what kind of we live in a fucking crazy, screwed up world if we're making donuts out of turkey or filling donuts with turkey. Now, I mean, I can understand maybe the bacon donuts, because personally I wouldn't mind trying those because they actually sound pretty good and look pretty damn good. But why in the heck would you put turkey in a donut or anywhere near a donut? That's just, I mean, the turkey does not seem like it would go with the glaze and all that other stuff. But I mean, hey, if you like it, I mean, if you want to try, if you like it and you want to eat it, more power to you, because I sure as hell ain't eating it. But I've just been mainly looking, trying to see if I can find some kind of interesting stories to talk about in my commentary today. But really, to be honest, there's not much on here to be talked about. I mean, most of the stuff is just stupid. I mean, a guy called 911 because his neighbors wouldn't drink with him. Why would you? Okay, it says man called 911. He actually called twice because his neighbors would refuse to drink with him on his birthday. What the fuck? That's the okay. That if you can't get anybody to come over to your house on your birthday, which I'm actually going to talk about this for a little bit. If you can't get anybody to come over to your house on your birthday to even just like hang out or drink with you, whatever you're doing, that just right there tells you that I mean, people just don't want to be around you for some reason. I mean, could be mainly because you piss them off, or you're just annoying, or B, you just don't have no friends, apparently. I guess, I mean, I don't know if that guy has any friends or what it is, but I mean, if you've got to call people, or you have to go to the neighbor's house to get people to come over for your birthday, I mean, you should at least, I mean, have family over there to come visit. Because, like, let's see, my last birthday, not 2 years ago, my birthday, we didn't do it at my house because there's complications, and I'm not going into detail about why we didn't do it at my house. But we had kind of it wasn't really a birthday party thing, it was more kind of like a little celebration and everything, because me and another buddy had a birthday. His is the day before mine, so we all went to another guy's house. We're sitting there talking and shit, And then we decided, well, we're gonna go get some beer and some Jack Daniels and all this stuff. And we started drinking and all this, and before too long, because when I had before gotten to the point, I don't know how many people have heard of it, but you can probably look it up on Google. I think they took it off the shelves or something, because I don't know the exact reason why, but I know they did take it off the shelves. But it was a fifth was like $15, and when you're young like that, you thinking, oh shit, well that's cheap. I mean, it's cheap, and I don't have to pay $20-$30 for a fifth like most stuff. And I was, this is what my dumbass thought. Oh well, it's 190 proof, which I did look it up, and it was the strongest stuff that you could buy at the time. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, well shit, I'll get a fifth of that, because I had tried it at another party before, but I only had 2 shots of it, and I had chased it with something, so I didn't really taste what it actually tasted like. And real quick, I swear that all they did was pour gas into the freaking bottle, and like just take some of the stuff out of it. Because some people, I let my friends try it one day, and some people, like what it did to him, it would literally take your breath away. Well, I mean, it was so potent and powerful that it would just take your breath away. And me, I'm not really that experienced with drinking at that exact moment and everything, so I didn't know all this shit was gonna happen. But I got a fifth of that, and I started drinking, and I took that first sip of it, and I was like, well shit, this ain't that bad. And well, the bad part is, before I started drinking Jack Daniels, I got so used to, it's called Diesel also, for those of you that want to look it up. Diesel, I think. But I had gotten so used to that stuff that I don't know what the hell it was, or how my system could tolerate it. I guess it's from my dad, was a very big alcoholic and all this, and it caused a lot of problems in I guess you can say in our relationship or whatever, but I'm not gonna go into all the family details and crap. But like I was saying, my system had gotten so used to it that I could take 2 or 3 chugs from it like it wasn't nothing. And I mean, that comes from like a few months in a row, or actually longer than that. I mean, just weekend after weekend drinking that stuff, and it was just, and the one night I did stop drinking, I think it was a month or 2 before they took it off the shelves. I stopped drinking it because I had never had an alcohol or a beer, a liquor, or whatever you want to call it, or any of those ever bring me. I mean, I've threw up before. I mean, that's given most of the time of drinking with a lot of people. That's a given to throw up every once in a while. But I never in my life had something take me down to my hands and knees throwing up that bad before. I mean, like I said, I've threw up, but that's ridiculous when you're on your hands. And it literally made me fall to my knees, dry heaving and trying to throw it back up. And that was the night that I said, fuck it, I'm not drinking this stuff ever again. I don't care if it's still on the shelves. I'll spend the extra $10-$15 and buy a fifth of Jack. I'm not gonna sit here and kill my which has probably took probably in the 20-30 years off my liver the way I drunk it. But then after that, which is the retarded point of the story, that I got so used to Jack after that, Jack Daniels, that I could do the same thing with it. And I can't remember for the life of me what the proof is of Jack Daniels, but I think it's like 120, 140, something like that. But I got so used to it that I could take a couple chug. Well, not just a couple. I could probably chug a fourth of the bottle. Just by itself, not even with nothing to chase it or anything. And kind of makes me want to know if you guys have any like random drinking stories, or what your first time experience was when drinking. Put it in the comments below, and I'll try to either reply back, or I'll talk about them in another video. But like I was saying, I got so used to that right after that I could chug probably a fourth of the bottle by itself. And like I said, I don't know if it comes from where my grandpa was an alcoholic and my dad was an alcoholic. He doesn't drink. If he does drink, he don't drink as much as he did, but he still drinks here and there, which is basically like me. I haven't drunk in probably, let's see, probably a year almost now, but I mean, I still drink on and off on, little special occasions and stuff. And if I'm at somebody's house that has some stashed away when everybody's asleep, you gotta go sneaky a swig or two. You can't, I mean, once you start drinking, it's hard to go back away. I mean, even if, I can control my drinking. It's more or less that I want to do it instead of saying that I don't want to. I mean, I know the family history. If your dad or your grandpa or whatever, I have a high chance of being a really bad alcoholic and all this. But what I have noticed, that when my few years of drinking like that I have learned, I think it's where I've drunk so much in one like, I guess, one period of time, that I've been able to learn how to more control mine. And a lot of the reason, which I'm not going to go into detail about it, was a lot of the reason that I drunk so much in the past is because of stuff with school and just people. I had a lot of stuff going on that I didn't really want to tell anybody else. You have like that little bottled up stuff and everything, and it just affects you more and makes you want to do stuff more. But since this commentary is coming to a close, I'll just say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.